Hello, everybody, and welcome to a bonus episode of Butterscotch Rewatch. This was the one we promised you for completely slacking on the last episode. We're going to start out, we're going to do the first two episodes of season one. We're going to try to do two episodes every every one of our episodes. And yeah, hopefully, nice little bonus. Hopefully you like it. If you don't listen to it.
Yeah.
As promised, I do have my wine.
Oh my gosh. We're gonna need it after these episodes,
I
honestly. Like,
know.
I felt like I was tripping on acid while I was watching
Yes.
these episodes,
Yeah.
especially the second one. But yeah, you might
Okay.
need it.
Yeah. So we're gonna do the first episode. The first episode is entitled Gators. And in the very beginning of every single episode, they have what you're about to see may be dangerous, illegal, unethical, petty, misguided, immoral, and most definitely stupid. But it's also all true. Sort of. So that's in every single episode.
Yeah, it's really not surprising because
Mm,
Florida is just such an interesting state. Like, if we
yeah.
have any listeners from Florida, I'm sorry, but you have to know that you have some interesting people and some interesting things happening out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Every place has interesting people, but
That is actually true.
Florida has become famous for it. They have made
Yes.
themselves famous for it. So we're gonna start out in, of course, they can't pronounce names or cities apparently.
Mm,
Mayaca
sure,
City,
sounds
Florida.
good to me.
Okay. So the way this episode works is you're gonna see there's gonna be a reenactment, and it's an actor. It's usually somebody decently famous that's reenacting this, and then the person telling the story is the actual person that this has happened to, along with other people. So we'll try to go
Back and
let you
forth
know
the
back and
best that we
forth. It's
can.
kind of hard to do because it's like, oh, this guy, and then the fake guy, and then this fake one. So,
It's
um, so
fine.
we we start with a voiceover and a reenactment. So the actor in this one is Simon Rex. I think he was MTV.
I would say
I
I literally did
think,
not know who this man
yeah.
was.
I believe he was
So
on
for the Gen
MTV.
Zers, you probably would not know who this man
And I'm
is.
sure he's been in other things, like smaller things. I honestly, I didn't look it up. I was just like, that's Simon Rex. I don't remember what he's from, but that's him.
You knew
Uh,
who he was?
I did
Okay.
know who he was. Yes.
Of course you
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. Of course I did. Yeah. Uh, so we hear a voiceover, and we see, and the actor, and he's literally acting this out as this voiceover is going. So I ventured into the woods, and there was this lake that looked most inviting. And you'll see the man swimming on his back at night in a lake looking up at the stars, and he sees 3 stars that make a triangle, or a gator. And then he wonders, I wonder if there's gators in this lake. Sure enough, he looks over his shoulder, and guess what? There's a gator in the lake.
We're literally in the swamp in like like literally the middle of the swamp in Florida. I
Mhm.
wonder if there's
Yeah,
gators in the lake. Huh, I wonder.
yeah. There's the gator
This
just
man
staring.
also spent like this there had to be at least like a mile or two of land to get to this swamp too, because this man was
Yeah,
literally crawling or like running to the swamp before for
yeah,
like when he started it was daylight, when he got to the lake it was nighttime. So
yeah.
there is
Yeah,
definitely
they
some
always
hours.
start they always start with, like, halfway through the show. These are, like,
Mhm.
25-minute episodes. They'll show, like, a snippet of that in the very beginning, and then they'll go backwards and be
To
like,
grab
"Let's
your
introduce the"
attention.
yeah, to grab your
'Cause
attention.
it's always like the most like obscure portion of the of
Yeah.
the episode.
Just like, "Hey, dude, there's a man swimming. He thinks it's a great idea. Maybe there's gators in
Bad
Florida. Oh,
idea.
there's gators in Florida." Um,
Could be like
so
my grandma at Disney World. "Am I gonna see any gators?" We're literally landlocked at Disney World.
Well, there are gators in Disney because unfortunately there was that one little boy that got uh
Oh, wait, yeah, I forgot about that.
eaten.
But that was this when we went a
Yeah,
long, long, long time ago, we were literally, like I wanna say we were at, like, no water to be seen.
yeah.
And she's like, "Oh my god, are there gonna be" or didn't you try to scare her and say that there were gators or something? I don't even know, 'cause
Okay,
she's scared of, like, water.
yeah.
My grandma's scared of, like, everything.
So she had
So
hiccups and I said, "Mom, there's an alligator." She's like, "Ah," and then stopped her
that's
hiccups.
right, that's right.
Yeah. You're welcome, Mom. So let's meet Eric Merida. He's born in Cleveland, moved to Florida when he was 5 or 6.
Uh,
He's missing an arm and some teeth.
uh-huh.
Moved to Florida when, considers himself a Florida boy.
Yeah,
But no,
he said he moved to Florida when he was, like, I wanna say, like, 7 or 10 years old, so
yeah.
he's basically lived in Florida his entire life. My favorite introduction to this guy is he, like, starts off, like, from the very beginning of that year of, like, "Man, I was having a really bad time, I lost my girl," and then it just cuts to the
Mhm.
reenactment, and he's getting hit in the head with, like, luggage from a girl throwing, like, his crap out of the RV, and then he's like, "I was bored of my job," and of course his job is, like, an obscure he's a
A
sprinkler
sprinkler.
repairman,
Mhm.
and it's like and the poor reenactment is like he's getting sprayed in the face by the sprinkler. And he's just like, "Man, I just wanted to be, around people because I was not having a good time, and I just, like, was walking on the side of the road, and then I just saw, like, oh, there's all this trash around here, this is where people hang out."
Yep.
So instead of, like, finding people to hang out with, he starts picking up the trash on the side of the road
Mhm.
instead of, like, looking for people, now he's picking up trash.
Right. And, he says that he was driving his 2002 Econoline, south.
Mhm.
And he was like, "What am I gonna do with all this freedom? I've never been alone." Like, he's never, I guess, not had a girlfriend or something or a
Mhm.
job or whatever. And that's when he came upon, the, like, you drive off the road and there was a dumpster. He cleaned out his car and then, like you said, was picking up garbage,
Mhm.
putting it in all these little piles for some reason.
Me too.
We cut to Wade. Um, Wade was playing horseshoes at the park and noticed a strange guy making garbage piles.
And we literally, like, never see Wade again. Like, Wade is
Y-
buried.
yeah. So Eric says that the fence represents a border that he needs to cross. Real
Mhm.
freedom is out there. So it like cuts to just a scene of like jets flying, like American eagle or bald eagles, and like a baby being born, just like the
Mhm.
the quintessential like freedom. He's being reborn if he jumps this fence. This is where his new life is.
Yeah, this is the
Yeah.
border he wanted to break.
So the actor climbs the fence and he falls over. Like, it's hilarious. And Wade wants to chime in here and let you know that he crawled over the fence, back under the fence, and then over the fence again, and then off to the woods he went.
I don't know.
That's what Wade would like us to know. Yes, of this crazy,
I
crazy
kinda love
man. Yeah, yeah. And I mean, I kind of agree with Wade. I'd be like, that dude is messed up, but
Yeah.
okay.
I
Yep.
love how Wade's just like, "Yeah, we're just playing horseshoes and having a picnic, and we just saw this man, and we just kinda left him we just let him be
Yeah.
because he's kinda weird."
Yeah. And so Eric says that the swamp was calling me. I wanted to make that swamp my bitch. I said,
Mhm.
fuck it, and kept going deeper.
Mhm.
So a
He
couple
also
hours.
like, he has a really great quote book because he also says, "I'm good at crossing the line, it's kind of what I do." Sir, what? What is going on? And then
Uh,
and then after he's like, "Okay, I wanna make this swamp my bitch," we just see him, like, basically walking to again, starting when it's daylight out, and then just like a monstrosity of him just, like these, like, random clips of him finally making it to the swamp, and, like, for some of it, he's literally, like, crawling.
yeah. He says he just keeps going. He's like lost in the brush, and then it shows Simon Rex like going through these like big peeking through these like
Like, exaggerating.
like this brush. Yeah, it's totally exaggerating,
So
obviously. It's
good.
extreme exaggeration. And one of the great quotes by our Eric is he says, "I'm not the sharpest tool, but I will stab you with the sharpest tool."
Classic.
Words of wisdom from Eric. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate
Oh,
that.
Eric. Eric and his, like, 4 teeth in his mouth saying that
Yeah.
to me is so
Yeah.
funny.
Eric's been through some shit.
Honestly, but he has great personality. He's
D
freaking funny.
he do he definitely the glass is half full with him,
For sure.
even after everything that's happened to this poor man. So after he goes through the brush, he keeps going and he sees the lake. And he's like, I think I'm going to swim in this lake at night. So he takes off his boots, but he carries his boots while he's swimming. He's like, oh, my boots were heavy while I was swimming. I'm like,
Like, what?
okay, were you afraid like some like raccoons were going to steal your shoes on the shore? Like,
Yeah.
okay. Um, so he says that um and then after he says they were heavy, he goes, oh, they're now at the bottom of the lake with my pants. He had to put that in for us
I know, why were his pants off? Your
because he was
pants were
fighting with
just
the
like
gator.
oh,
And
yeah,
the gator, his like pants came. Oh, he's just this
I know, because
mismatch.
this man, like yeah. So when
I
the gator pops up, then all of a sudden, when he's done fighting with the or wrestling with the gator,
yeah.
somehow still alive.
He never says he takes off his pants, so I don't know if he either because I feel like
I
if he
feel
had
like
his
Eric
boots in his
definitely
hands,
went I feel like Eric definitely went in the swamp and took off his
yeah,
pants, like, I feel
like
like he
he's
was
holding his
not
pants
the
and his
gator
like
didn't want his
boots in the
pants, his
other.
leg was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
fine.
Um, so he swims a little bit on his back, and then he realizes, oh, there might be gators in this lake.
Yeah, we're in Florida. Florida,
And then
gators,
he
maybe.
says, stupid for a Florida man not to realize that. Yes.
Yes, Eric.
I
That's
would
so
assume
true.
every puddle of water has a gator in it. Every
And
puddle of water.
love that self-actualization.
So let's cue Justin. Okay, we get to meet Justin. He's a wildlife expert, and
Oh.
he's here to tell us that that lake is crawling with gators and that you should
Mhm.
never interact with the wildlife.
Yeah,
Thank you, Justin.
Justin Matthews, this wildlife man, like he like owns some wildlife thing in Bradenton, Florida, which
Mhm.
we've been to Bradenton once, and it's just because manatees are my favorite animal, and we went to go to the manatee, like the South Florida Museum, I think it was,
Yeah.
and they had the world oldest manatee, Snooty, rest in peace.
Rip. Yeah.
But it was literally the best ever. So as soon as I saw Bradenton, I was like, "Oh my god, the manatees."
Yeah.
But what I do really like about this too is like you know that these are the truly like real people because even in the very beginning of this documentary, we see Eric like recording the camera crew and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just taking a video for my family. Like this is the coolest thing I've ever done."
Yeah.
While he has one arm wrestling with a gator.
Right.
And then Justin Matthews, like, again, like a wildlife professional, maybe, I don't know, like a spokes guy. He's also like he's like, "Can I get a picture of you guys?" Like, as he's doing his interview because he thinks that this is, like, the coolest thing.
Yeah.
So
And
I
they're
really
they're
like
both
that.
polite by asking,
For
can we
sure.
record you guys? Is it okay? And they're like, sure. The production's like, sure. And can I take a picture? Yeah, sure. So they were very polite in asking.
Mhm.
So after Justin gives us that little tidbit of information that nobody ever knew that there might be gators in a lake, Eric says, I'm just swimming on my back, looking at the stars, and I see a gator about a foot and a half away from me, staring straight in my eyes. He tries to swim freestyle to get away from him, but before one arm could hit the water, the gator had his forearm, and
Mhm.
he put his other arm like over the gator or under
Yeah,
the
I wanna
gator.
say, like, wrapped it, like, over his, like, nose kinda thing.
Yeah, like over him because gators do the death roll. That's how they
Yeah.
kill. That's how they like
That's how
do
they
the
kill
death
their
roll.
prey, and then
Yeah,
they cut to showing a video of them of, like, one of the alligators, like, killing one of their prey, like, just
yeah,
in, like, a controlled area.
yeah.
I'm like, "Jesus, it's
Just so
very
you know,
violent."
this is what Eric went through.
Yeah, I was like,
um,
you say death roll, and that's exactly what I think, like, is what I
yeah.
saw, so, yeah, so he's trying to protect himself from he's like, "I am not going under with this gator," like,
Mm-mm.
he's very adamant about it, and he did not.
No.
So
And to quote Eric, he said, "We can do the roll, but not the death part." That's what they did.
my
Yeah.
man. I love
And
that
then
guy.
he explains how his arm was bent backwards,
Yeah.
and he kicked really hard as he could, and the gator took him under, and then he kicks back up. The gator's trying to drown him, obviously.
Mhm.
Brings him back under. He kicks back up, and when he kicks back up, his arm snaps off. And so the gator's got the arm in there, and he says the gator took off with a big old bone in its mouth like a chihuahua.
Yeah.
This man
He was
is
such
quote
good spirit.
oh, he is such he's like quotes gold here.
Yeah, he's honestly just whoever is next to him at all times, just always keep a journal and a pen
He's like
because it never
Socrates,
gets
yeah.
old.
He's like, I think, therefore I am. What? The
Literally.
gator took off with a big old bone in his mouth like a chihuahua. Excellent. Philosophy majors, there you go. So let's go back to Justin.
Oh, we get to
Just
meet a very special
yeah.
somebody.
So Justin says, if an alligator bites off your arm, you're probably going to bleed to death. Then he
Um,
shows us a baby alligator.
and then he goes, "Want me to get my gator?" After
Yeah.
he says that, he literally asks the
Mm,
camera crew, "Want me to get my gator?"
yeah.
And what is this gator's name?
I don't remember what was the name.
Oh,
You
her name is
her name.
Miranda.
Ah, that's
So
nice.
Justin named his pet gator Miranda. I thought that
Miranda.
was really cute. I was like, maybe
Mhm.
he loves Sex in the City. I don't know, like, but I don't catch him as more of a Miranda guy. I don't know.
No. He's more like Steve.
I know.
Miranda?
I love
I
Steve.
know, I love Steve.
Uh, uh,
Miranda? It's
no,
one of the funniest things ever.
but it's just the compilation of him
Yeah.
singing Miranda.
And then Cynthia Nixon actually answered and said, "What, Steve?" That was the best. Oh my god.
That
How
was
fun to
really
make
good.
a meme like that. Miranda? Miranda?
And just like that did not happen to me. As soon as
No.
I watched it, I erased from my brain. I That did not happen.
Yeah.
Everything about that made me mad.
Yeah.
Sorry if people stan that show,
Mm.
but like Sex in the City, the origin, so good.
Yeah. I did like so I didn't like the regular characters. I liked the new characters. Like the one
Mhm.
that was the realtor lady. I really liked her.
Yes.
And I really liked
Oh my god. I forgot.
uh,
The one that was
yeah.
dating like the director guy. He is
Yeah.
so
She
amazing.
was cool. And then the other girl,
Oh, the one that's married to George Washington from Hamilton.
yes, her. Those two I
I
really
don't know
enjoyed.
people's name.
I was like, can we please just have their two characters? And like,
Is it Christopher Jackson? Is that who George Washington is?
think so, but he's definitely George Washington from the original Hamilton.
Yes. So from the for the theater nerds out there, the original Hamilton, George Washington, he plays a husband, he's wonderful, but whoever plays his wife in And Just Like That, first of all, is gorgeous. She's
Yeah,
stunning.
she is
But
very
also she's
gorgeous.
really talented and I love her character in that show.
Yeah,
So,
she's just a cool character. Yeah, I wish
uh,
they would have like expanded on those two, and
I
then because
know.
they're just
All I care about is Harry and Charlotte. Literally only thing I care
yeah,
about. As soon
yeah,
Carrie was hard for me to follow after her a little
mm,
bit.
yeah,
I can't. It's
yeah.
fine. Anyways,
Anyways,
gator named Miranda.
back to alligators. Thanks, Miranda the
What
alligator.
you doing?
This is what kind of conversation you start naming your alligator Miranda.
Yeah.
Uh, so this guy has a name, but I just put him another guy who wants to
Mhm.
chime in. Adrenaline is a hell of a thing that makes you do superhuman things.
Oh, that was the friend. I
Yeah,
don't
I think
remember
it's a
his
friend.
name, but that was
Yeah,
Eric's like one friend that's
it
in the
was like
documentary.
Nate or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we're gonna cut to Simon Rex, the reenactment. He's popping out of the water and he's like crawling on the shore. Well, with his one arm, he's like,
Yeah.
uh. And then he goes, he was tired and he wanted to try to sleep on the shore.
He's literally right next to he's literally right next to the water where
Yeah,
this
like,
alligator just got him, and I literally in my notes I said, "This man's just laying right next to the water where he just got bit."
yeah. But he does it. He said when he was sleeping, he was getting bit up by ants. And then he
Mhm.
knew the alligator was stalking him. And they kind of like show the alligator
Like, lurking in the darkness.
yeah. Like, what's that meme with the guy that's like,
Oh my
is
god.
it Craig Robinson? That's like
I love
like
it.
waiting. Yeah. So yeah. And obviously shows the alligator popping out of the water. And then this alligator turns into Eric's mom.
Mhm.
And he believes his mom took his arm to save his life because of the path he was on.
Yeah, he did say that he was on a bad path, he wasn't very
Hmm.
happy. I
Yeah.
could only assume based off of his teeth and kind of the way that he whatever, like, I feel like drugs might have been involved. We
At one
don't know.
time.
We
Yeah.
don't know. None of
Right.
that is ever brought up, it's just kind of up to interpretation.
Hmm.
But what I do love about how Eric was like, "My mom saved my life, I don't care what other people say," like,
Hmm.
it was definitely my mom that took my arm to save my life, and he definitely is on a better path now. But my favorite thing is that in the show, They literally contact, like, a past life regressionist, like,
Oh, we're
professional.
gonna get into her. We're gonna get into her. Oh, Elisa's coming up. Oh, this is
Oh,
hilarious.
yes,
Oh,
and I
yeah,
just absolutely love that. I was like, "Did we really need to bring in this
oh, yeah,
lady
we're
to
gonna
really
get
know
into
that this
that.
was"
Yeah. So, so in the reenactment, it shows his mom saying, "I took your arm to save your life because you were on a really bad path." She's like
I
whispering
literally
this.
copied exactly what he just said.
And then he goes, "Thank you, mom." And then she just goes like under the water like this.
Yeah. It was like have you ever seen the cover photo of the documentary for the George Harrison documentary?
Yes,
That's
yes,
exactly what it reminded me of
it
when he's,
is.
like, lurking in the
Yeah, the
pond.
one,
I was
yeah.
like, "Okay,
Mhm.
Eric's mom,
All
giving
right.
George Harrison."
And Eric is just like, at the end of the day, that arm had to be taken to save my life. Who better to
Mhm.
do it than my mom? Looking on the bright side, Eric.
You know
Way
what?
to
Fair
go,
enough.
man.
If that's
Well,
what you believe, I believe this man.
oh,
If
I
that's
love
what
that
if
he.
that's what helped you survive, then I
Mhm.
believe this man.
Yeah, and people should support him for that.
Yeah.
So let's cue in Elisa Ireland. Why don't you give us the lowdown on Elisa, what she does and what she says?
So, I don't know the specific details just because when I was watching this, I was so in awe of, like, I was literally like, "Wait, who is this lady?" But, like, the first thing that she has is, like, those, like, 2 sticks where, like, if like, when you're talking to, like not talking to a spirit, but I wanna say, like, it's directing towards energy, I think, and it's, like, the 2 sticks where they, like, move and if they cross or whatever, then you have high energy, if they're moving
Yeah.
away, then you don't,
Hmm.
and the camera crew is literally standing around this woman, and the woman is literally moving around, she goes, "You have big energy.
Yeah.
You have a lot of energy with you."
Hmm. Yep. Yeah. So she is I say self-proclaimed
Yeah.
hypnotherapist, past life regression specialist.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the part I saw. I didn't know she was a hypnotherapist.
That's what she said. I don't know if she's licensed. She may be. It's Florida. She may
Okay.
be. She
That's
may be. Yeah.
hey, to each their own, man.
She says the reason we are born is to raise our vibrations with each lifetime. Now, Elisa's lifetimes have included a lifetime in Atlantis, an Egyptian lifetime. She says basically every part of history she has lived in.
Okay,
So she's that special, apparently.
sure, queen.
Yeah. And so she has one of those. I don't know. I looked it up, but I don't know what it's officially called. It's the pendulum with the arrow that
Yeah,
moves.
so then when it's doing the circle, it's like,
Mhm.
"No," but then if it's
Yes.
rocking back and forth, that was actually really cool. I
Yeah.
like watching those things.
Yes. And when it's done correctly and not you actually moving your forearm to make it do it, and watching your muscles in your forearm do it and
Mhm.
moving it, which she was doing clearly, to get the answer she
Leave her
wanted.
alone.
I will not leave her alone. I'm like, bitch, you are lying. You are lying. You leave Eric alone. It was his mom. You don't know. Your spirit guide does not know Eric. Because she's asking her spirit guide. This is her. She's like,
Yeah.
this is me talking to my spirit guide. And then she's
See
like,
if Eric's mom was
yeah,
just a
like,
fantasy or not.
like you see her arm go like
Does it matter? Oh, yeah, she was
this
definitely
part.
flexing.
Yeah, she was
Yeah, she
like
was
going
definitely
like that.
flexing.
And then
But I was like, "Does it
she's like,
even matter?"
stop. And then she's like, this. I'm like, okay, how obvious? Like, so obvious. Okay. I mean,
Alicia,
maybe that's how you do it, but I feel
I don't
like
think so.
I believe in that stuff. I believe that that
I
is
do too.
something that
I've
could
seen
happen.
enough of The Conjuring that
Yeah.
no, I was kidding.
So
No, but
I
that
do
stuff is
believe in
very
that.
interesting. I do believe in ghosts and spirits and stuff,
I
but
believe that
she
there are some people that have that talent that can help you get answers.
for
But then
sure.
I think for every one person, there's 20,000 that are fake. And I feel like Elisa might be
There's no way that
blowing
camera crew
smoke
kept
up our ass. Yeah.
there's no way that the camera crew, like, kept straight faces. Like, Danny McBride had to be, like, just, like, gasping for
The
air at the
camera's
corner,
probably like
like, dying.
shaking from him
Literally
laughing, like,
super laughing.
you know.
Oh, it's fun.
So so she asks her spirit if it was Eric's mom, and it immediately says no. And you can see this, you can clearly see her arm moving, like her, like this part of her arm and like a little bit of this, because you can see the muscles moving. So she's like this, but she's kind of like that a little bit, where it's very easy to
Mhm.
manipulate. And she's like, no, it wasn't his
It
mom.
was just a fantasy.
It was a
Girl,
fantasy. Bitch, if he believes it's his mom, it's his mom, okay? He knows what he
Yeah.
saw. He may have been bleeding to death and hallucinating or maybe been on drugs as
No
well.
food, no water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but this man saw his mom. If he believes it's his mom, it was his mom.
Mhm.
Leave him alone. Nobody cares about your opinion. Yeah,
Nobody
so
asked, but literally the whole
nobody
camera crew
asked. Yeah,
asked.
yeah, the whole camera crew's like,
They're
"Oh,
like,
dude."
"Actually, we hired her, so we technically did ask, but"
Yes. So, we go back to Justin, and they ask Justin what he believes. He goes, "I don't believe your soul can go into an animal." Eric's family also believes that it's not his mom. So the odds are stacked against Eric's beliefs, but Eric knows what he saw.
Let
And
this
to
man live.
Eric, it was real. So,
Yeah.
Eric, it was real. I believe you. I believe
It's
you, bro.
real.
Yeah, it's real.
Uh,
God, there goes the movie quoting. We have a
Guardians of the
problem.
Galaxy.
Yeah, we have a problem.
It's
We
real.
quote lots of movies, and nobody
Yep.
knows what
Hands
movies they're
up,
from.
bro.
Yeah, you and me. So back to Eric and the reenactment. So
Mhm.
day 2, this is day 2 this man has been missing an arm,
Yeah.
okay? He's walking through the swamp with no arm. He runs into an orange grove. He tries to eat one of the green oranges because they're not ripe yet. He tries to hotwire an ATV with one arm. And he also climbs a tree to wave at airplanes and helicopters that might be flying by with
With
one
his
arm.
one arm.
One arm. No one believes he survived this.
Yeah.
I don't know how he survived. I don't know how that's why I'm like, it's his mom, divine intervention.
Yeah.
But I think more the better explanation would be the way that it was snapped off, it like closed the artery. So he didn't bleed like as much as he should have. Like it like snapped the rest of his arm like onto the artery, I think is
Yeah, if it was
a
cut at the
more
shoulder, it'd be a little different, but
yeah,
I
it was like
think
his
'cause it had to
forearm.
have just been his forearm.
Yeah, it was, like,
Yeah,
right here,
so
and they
yeah.
think the way that because the gator did roll, and he did roll with it when he
Mm.
finally snapped it off. Because obviously the first chomp, it was almost off,
Right.
and then with the twisting, they think that it might have, like, twisted the artery almost shut, and then he got out of the water and took a nap, and
Yeah.
maybe the ants did something, I don't know, maybe, you never know, who
Yeah,
knows,
I don't know.
nature's crazy. Yeah, so he was basically dead, and he says he was drinking out of like a puddle that had mud in it. So sometimes he's drinking
Yeah.
water, sometimes it was mud. And then he's watching his life flash before his eyes. They show the actor like drinking the water in the mud, and it's like all
The
over his
only
face.
Yes, the only thing that I could think of is Oregon Trail for some ungodly reason because when this man is scooping the mud and, like, the actor's, like, drinking it, like, putting it all over his face, like, it's definitely, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's fake for the
Like,
actor for
what I'm
sure.
thinking, I'm like, "Oh, you got dysentery." Like, that's the only thing I can think of at this
You
very
died of
moment.
dysentery, not the arm being snapped off. Dysentery.
No, but
Yes.
just because the water had to be disgusting because it's just sitting water, you know, it's not,
Yes.
like, running, so ugh, but yeah.
And then as he's doing this, he's basically given up. You know, he's like, I give up. He's watching his life flash before his eyes. He sees a beer bottle.
Mm.
He has to be close to that fence. He said, I knew I was making it out. The beer bottle was hope. It was hope.
Mhm.
So then we get to meet Rick. So Rick's cool. He's just a dude was driving his car,
Yeah.
just happened to be driving past and was hearing somebody yell, help, help, help. So Rick stops and he finds Eric. And he would like to let us know that he found Eric. He was covered in swamp mud, but he was
Butt
very
naked.
naked, butt naked. And he's like, that image still lives in my brain.
Mhm.
Not the arm being ripped off. Like that was a couple of days for him to get by through that. But
Yeah.
he never wants to see Eric naked again. Like, please. It's not the arm that bothered him, it's the butt naked
Yeah.
Eric. Yeah. So good old Rick calls an ambulance. Thank God.
King.
And Eric goes, I said, bro, an alligator got my arm. And then Rick says, holy shit.
Yeah, he just kept repeating, "Holy
And then-
shit."
yeah, holy shit, holy shit. And then Eric says, got any water, man? So then after Rick calls the ambulance, obviously he's again, he's would like to mention that he's traumatized, couldn't sleep for a couple days. Still
Yeah.
can't get that image of a butt
His
naked,
naked body.
yes. And they reunite the real Rick and the real Eric. And Eric hugs him and says, "Thank you. You saved my life, man." I don't think Rick is excited about the hug. It's okay. But
He's
he's doing it
thinking,
because this guy is grateful. He did save his life. He really
yeah.
did. So just take the hug. I'm not a hug. I don't like being hugged
Yeah.
either, but I will take the hug from someone
And
that
Eric is, like, the sweetest.
oh, he is. He
He's so
is.
cute.
Yeah. Um, and Eric would like us to know, he says, "I am part of the swamp and the swamp is part of me. My arms never leaving here. It's been eaten and shit out. Circle of life."
It's a circle of life. I was like, I'd never seen that extended cut of Lion King before in my
Oh, great.
there's
I just like imagine like the alligator
my
like,
arm has been eaten up and shit out. No.
Spanya.
Oh
And
my
then it's shit
gosh.
out. Circle of
And
life. We got
then
shit.
yes, and then this man has the audacity to go, "Yeah, sometimes I wanna go back into the swamp." Why would you ever want to do that? Like, when it's, like, cutting to real Eric and they're, like, just one-on-one and he's saying that he wants to go back to the real swamp, he's like, "Yep, this is the fence that I, like, climbed over and blah, 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 like, sometimes I wanna go back, call me crazy."
Yeah. And he's
"Eric,
like,
I will call you crazy. Are you nuts?"
yeah, he's like kind of like, I kind of want to go back in. Like he's like back
Yes!
and forth. Like, no, Eric.
Oh my
Eric.
god.
Yeah, no. Please don't. Please don't. We know you're not the
But
sharpest tool, but you're
I
gonna
know.
stab yourself with the sharpest tool if you go
Yeah.
back into that. Don't test the theory of will I survive again, because you won't.
I know, but our lovely Eric is now a motivational speaker.
Yeah, he wants to be a motivational speaker.
Yeah, and he, like, speaks at, like, the, like, nearby churches and stuff like that, and you can
Mhm.
just see, like, everybody's, like, engaged with his conversations because I feel like he's a really good storyteller just
Yeah.
because of his quotes and, like, all of this fun stuff, so I would definitely go pay to see him, like, Eric, if you ever come, like, around the United States, like,
The United
let's go watch
States. If you ever come to the United States,
no,
you mean
around, like, not
oh,
just Florida.
like, yeah, if you're in the Midwestern area.
Yeah, come to Ohio, come to Chicago, come to anything, like, we will pay to see you, bud.
Yeah, it's funny because they show the reenactment of, Simon Rex in the church as Eric, and he's all, like, dressed up with his, like his thing pinned where his arm
Mhm.
used to be, and there's a whole bunch of people in the church, and he's like they're all chanting, "I am the swamp, and the swamp is in me. I am the
Yes, that's what it
swamp, and the
was.
swamp is in me. I am the swamp," and everyone's like, "Oh, yeah."
This is reminding me of, like, "Na na 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 leader"
Leader.
from Simpsons.
Batman, I mean
Leader.
leader. Um, and then Eric's friend likes to tell us that this
Mhm.
created a new Eric and he is happy.
Mhm.
And then Eric would like to give us one last piece of information. He would like to motivate us by telling us if a piece of shit like me can come out of something like that, I know you can, because ain't nobody a bigger piece of shit than I am.
Yep. Ain't nobody a
Amen.
bigger piece of shit than I am, and that's just the way you end
Preach.
the that's the way you end the show, honestly, right there, that
Preach.
was really good.
And I would also like to let you all know that after this part, there's like a little credits scene, and it's Elisa. I
Mhm.
think that's how you say your name. And she's offering a half off discount. Give her a call. It's normally $250, but she's going to give it to you for $175.
$250. Okay, I was not watching the credits, I
Okay.
just hit next episode, I'm not gonna lie.
But let that sink in. Half off. It was $250, but she'll
Oh,
charge you just
half off? She
175.
said 175. Girl, what are we doing?
That's why they kept it in there. They're like,
Academics?
this is fucking pure gold. Like, this lady is pure gold. Like, oh my God. Half off is
I don't know what the
175.
licensing required, but it had, like, and again, if you're not good at math, that's fine, that's why your phone comes with a calculator.
Mhm.
Oh, it's fine.
Even if she would have said, like, I think that's the math. I'm not good at mathin'. I think that's what it is. Is that what it is? If she would have said that, I
You
would have been
think
like,
that the
that's fine, girl.
spirits would have told her what
Yeah.
50% off?
The spirit pendulum was like flinging. It's like, I don't want any.
Oh, I
He
can't. I hope
left.
Eric's mom haunts her in her dreams.
He left. Like the spirit guide's
God.
like, you dumb. I'm leaving. I'm
Yeah,
out.
you actually you were dumb. You were really dumb, for
You are
real.
so yes, you are dumb. You are really dumb for real. Well, that
Uh,
is episode 1, Gator. And hey, I hope Eric's doing great. I
Yes.
hope he is on that
Can
righteous
come to the
path.
Midwest so we can see your motivational speech,
Yeah.
and then we'll do a recap on it.
Yeah. Maybe we'll start Googling, like, what
Yeah.
happened to them because
Where
a lot of these are, like,
where are they
2017.
now?
Yeah, where are they now? Like, I hope Eric's doing well and he's, healthy and he's happy.
I
He's
hope
got his
so.
life on track and he's not
Mhm.
swimming with gators anymore.
Yeah, please don't not let the swamp call your
Mhm.
name again, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not calling your name. It's calling another
No.
Eric. The other Eric
Yeah.
behind you.
Leave it to another Eric.
All right. So that is the first episode. So let's get into that second episode. Now this one's fun.
This one I'm
I know
really
Ireland's gonna
glad.
really like this one, so I'm gonna kind of let you take the lead on this one because I kind of took the lead on the Gator one. Because I know
Okay.
this. So this one is called Mermaids. We
Mhm.
do have a couple people in it that are pretty famous, not like
Mhm.
Simon Rex. Poor Simon Rex. Sorry, Simon. I know who you were. So
Sorry,
we
Simon.
yeah. So we've got Anna Faris in this.
Mhm.
Okay, so she's great. She's gonna be Whitney's reenactment buddy. Mary Elizabeth Ellis is Mia, so
That's her name. She's the waitress
she's the
for me.
waitress from
She's the
it's
waitress and It's Always
Sunny in
Sunny in Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
But
Yep.
she also plays Caroline in New Girl for my New Girl stans. I love
Mhm.
New Girl. She plays Nick's, like, original girlfriend, and she's
And
nuts,
then
but
I love reenactment Jeff, but I hate Jeff, the person. So Stephen Ogg plays Jeff, and I'm like, what is he from? Because this man the entire time is wearing a leather thong, like a BDSM like leather
yeah.
thong, and
Like, it's like a leather jockstrap.
they show his ass the entire time, and like they'll show
Yeah.
his like you can see you can't see his junk, but it's that like it's in
Yeah.
he's got some.
Yeah.
So, okay, so he's from The Walking Dead. He was Simon in The Walking Dead, which was one of Negan's like head guys, I believe.
Okay.
I know you didn't really watch. I
I
didn't
did
really.
not watch it, so
I
I have no
stopped
idea.
watching after they kept
Sorry,
killing off
people.
all the
I
good
know
characters
people
that they're
love The
not
Walking
supposed to
Dead.
kill off.
Yeah,
Killing off people that didn't die in the original comic book
it's
jerks.
fine.
Yeah, I'm still mad about that. Jesus, I'm still mad about.
We love Negan, though. Jeffrey
Yeah.
Dean Morgan, I love that guy.
Oh yeah, he made a great Negan.
Yeah.
He was also in Westworld, and then he was in the show Snowpiercer. He played Pike, which
These
of
are all
course,
shows that you've watched.
Daveed Diggs was in
Oh,
Snowpiercer, and
love Daveed Diggs.
I
My
love
king.
that beautiful man. Yeah, so that's what he's from. So I was like, oh yeah, because I did watch Westworld. It was
And
amazing
you
the
did
first season,
yeah,
and
so
then
you watched Snowpiercer too, and
We
you watched
did. I didn't finish
yeah,
it
okay.
because, again, like so when something doesn't go right for one of the characters, I kind of throw a fit and then I stop watching it. I'm like, no, not watching it. I don't like where her storyline's going. Why do they do that?
Yeah,
That's
I
stupid.
refuse. I'm gonna end it on my terms.
Yeah, that's why I ended Walking Dead because I'm like, no, you killed too
Yeah.
many people I loved. Too many. Too many. Andrea wasn't supposed to die.
Spoilers, everybody.
I know.
It's been out long enough.
It came out like 2003.
That's
Yeah.
fair. 2003.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
I think so.
probably.
Yeah, because like the one of the spinoffs was like 2013 or something like that, or 2015.
Mm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so that's the three main characters. So take it away, Ireland.
Yeah, so, like, we were talking about before, like, they always start out with, like, the most obscure scene, and, like, it's literally Whitney, who looks like a Pilates queen. Like, she's
Mhm.
stunning, she's just this cute little blonde girl, and she literally introduces herself, she's like, "Yeah, I'm an aquatic performer," so she does the mermaid shows, but, like, we've tried to like, we've looked at the mermaid shows to see them in, like, South Carolina or, like, that kind of stuff. But, like, we never seen them. But she also is not only a part of the mermaid show for kids, but there's also, like, a burlesque mermaid show
Mhm.
depending on, like, what time of day and, like, the crowd and stuff, I guess. But there is just, like, a group of
Yeah, it's like a
aquatic
bar.
performers.
She works
It's like a
the
bar
rec
restaurant thing.
the rec bar is what it's called.
There you go.
And then the way that this one, how we started off with the gator one, where it was like Simon Rex just like swimming, and then the gator thing. This one has in the very beginning, it's the spirit ritual.
Yes,
So
it's literally Steve who is Jeff? Jeff, sorry.
Jeff, yeah,
I'm
Steve's his
thinking of
real
the
name.
real name now because
Yeah,
we had a tangent for like 10 minutes.
I know.
So Jeff and Mia, who are married, they are literally performing a ritual outside, a nude
Mhm.
ritual, and they're like it's like drinking blood and like all the like they're not
Yeah.
actually, but it's like showing a very obscure like kind of setting out there, like a satanic ritual almost in the backyard.
Yeah.
And then like and then we
Je
come back yeah.
Jeff is wearing his, this is where we
Yes, his
first get
leather
to see
jockstrap.
Jeff and his jockstrap. Mia cuts, reenactment Mia cuts, the chicken's head off, and you see the blood splatter, and they're all like, "Oh,
Mhm.
yeah," and they're, like, doing, like and then you see Anna Faris peeking out of, like, her bedroom window, and they're like,
Yeah.
like, it's, like, so over the top, like, it's okay, they're not it's not that great, like,
Yeah.
so, yeah, but that's what it does, but they really have to show him in his thong, I think they're just that's the message they're sending.
They really just wanna show this man in his thong, and
Yeah,
honestly, looks great, whatever.
yeah,
So they cut to all that scene, and then Whitney is now starting to talk about, like, her whole thing going on, like, her life story that's leading up to this point in that scene. So she first again introduced, like, I'm an aquatic performer, I needed a like, well, she needed a job, so now she's an aquatic performer, and she does say that all of the girls were very, like, welcoming, like, they already had, like, a big group, before, and they were pretty like, she kind of felt a little awkward because she was older, and I think Mia was also older, like, they were both
mhm,
about 34,
in their 30s,
35,
yeah,
but all the other younger girls were very nice, so Mia still felt or not Mia, but Whitney still felt a little out of place, but they did add her into the Mermaid Burlesque group chat. So in the group chat, this is where they're sharing like, "Oh, all of these things happened at work," or "Can somebody take my shift?" or like just some kind of drama going on. And it was just way too much for Whitney, I guess. Maybe she wanted to keep her peace. I know a lot of people do like the do not disturb,
yeah,
but Whitney leaves the group chat. She
this
leaves the group
yeah,
and it
yeah, she
causes a whole problem.
yeah, and the reenactment of the 2 actresses, so Anna Faris is laying on the couch in her full mermaid outfit at her house,
Mhm.
and she's like, "This is too much drama for me," and then she leaves, and it says, Whitney has left the chat, and you see, like, Mia laughing with the other girls, like, "Ha, ha, ha," she sees that, and she's like
They're like, "Oh, what? She thinks she's
just her
better than
face.
us?"
Her face is so exaggerated, it's fantastic, like, yes, she's just like like, she can't believe it,
Literally.
and that's where it starts. Um, we do have my favorite person, Janelle. This woman is a freaking queen, I love her. She's my favorite person of this entire show or episode. I love her. Um, she wants to let us know that the rec bar where they work is a quintessential mermaid show of Fort Lauderdale. She obviously works there.
Mhm.
Eden is another mermaid that works there. She tells us that all the mermaids are beautiful and it's always sold out. The three of them uh, let us know it's improvised and every mermaid is different. So it's not like choreographed in any way. Every mermaid has a different kind of thing that they do. Kids love it, adults love it. It's synchronized swimming, free diving, tail on, tail off, depending on what show they're doing.
Mhm.
So Janelle wants us to know that this is kind of what, obviously, you know, some women when they get older, they don't like the younger women, because they're not the like hot, young, pretty thing anymore.
Mhm.
Instead of just embracing their aging, they, will lash out at other women or, and so Whitney thought it was going to be a great side hustle, right? And while she was in school, and then she's like, this is great. I could go to school during the week and on the weekends work.
Mhm.
And then she says the magic words, what's the worst that could happen?
Oh, girl, it's only starting.
Mm. So they cut to a reenactment of fake Mia in the backyard with fake Jeff, in his thong. Always in a thong. He will never be in clothes. He will always be in this thong with blood on him. He always has
Mhm.
blood on his like
Yeah,
leg
why
and his
not?
face. Yeah. Um, stabbing a doll. And it looks like Whitney, it's blonde, and she's like, ah. So, yeah. So then we're
But
gonna
I was gonna say,
go.
because even before that, like, after Whitney leaves the group chat, remember they had the little squabble by the
Oh
pool
yeah.
with everybody? And this squabble, right, is just back and forth of, like, you're an idiot," whatever, and then and Whitney, like, it keeps cutting back to, like, pretend Whitney and, like, Anna Faris Whitney and then
Yeah.
real Whitney, and real
Yeah.
Whitney was like, "You know what? There were some things that I said that probably weren't appropriate or mean at the time, but, it is what it is, can't take it back, whatever." And it cuts to Anna Faris Whitney, and she just says, "You're fat."
And it's like that voice that like that like
"You're
you're
fat." And all of the
fat.
mermaids around are like,
They're all like,
"What?" Like, jaw on the floor.
yes.
So, this is when Mia is just like, "Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Now we got a war." Because, like,
Yeah.
first of all, you should never call another woman fat, but also,
Mm.
I don't feel bad for Mia either because she does some weird
Yeah,
shit.
she was, like, acting like a mother hen, and, like, she's like, "This
Mhm.
is my show, I did everything, I
Yeah.
do everything,
And
the
I feel like
costumes,
the
me, me,
younger
me, me."
girls were just like, "Oh, I'm kinda scared of her, so we're just gonna follow around and let
They
her,
are.
like, and basically do
Yeah.
whatever she says because she's been
Mhm.
around the longest."
Yeah.
And Mia kind of goes in, and I think there were some issues, like, still, like, Mia would say some bad things before they even took it online, like, she would be saying things or talking shit about
Mhm.
Whitney or whatever, and she gets fired over email
Yeah.
from the
And
bar or whatever it is.
yeah, I think she didn't show up because it was supposed to be, like, she said her last show,
Mhm.
but she went home instead, and I think
Mm.
I think that's why she got fired because she no-showed, no-called.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Sure. But she got
for
fired over email, and I thought that was kinda funny.
and the email, I'm sure this was not the real email. What did the real email say? It says, uh, let's see, what is the real email? Um, she says, "I got fired." Oh, yeah. Mia says she gets an email 2 days later. It says that it says, "Dear Mia, you're fired. Sincerely, management."
Honestly, I hope that's the real email because that's actually iconic.
Oh, that's the most non-confrontational boss.
No,
The
I
boss that's
love
like,
that.
"I don't want a confrontation." Yes. And I love how, like, both these women are very like, "I don't like bullies. I don't like confrontation. I just remove myself from the situation." No. Both you bitches are equally to blame, okay? For the women part. I mean,
Yeah,
Mia,
for the start of
yeah.
this. Yeah, for sure.
Now, when douchebag Jeff gets in, then it starts getting a
Yeah, it's
little
a whole
like
thing.
it's a whole thing. But yeah, so Mia's fired. They when they had the fight at the pool, they call each other. They literally were calling each other assholes, like cunts, everything else. You fucking bitch, you fucking hoe, you bitch,
Mhm.
you slut,
You're
and
ugly.
which were all fine, but
Mhm.
not the fat. That was what was over. And
Mhm.
Whitney does apologize, and she says that was not my finest moment. I said
Yeah.
it. And I think that's the reason she said it was because that was the one word that would have upset Mia. And we all have done that where we're like,
We have to
you
get the
know,
last word in, and
and we
then
say
it's never
something,
good,
no, and we say
but
something stupid,
right.
and then we feel stupid about it.
Mhm.
And if you're grown up grown up enough to apologize for it, and be like, "Look, really,
Yeah.
I said it in a heat of passion. I did not mean to say that." Most things can be forgiven or should be forgiven. Most.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say
Not
you're the
all
one to
things.
talk. My mom holds grudges like there's no tomorrow, so I don't
Forever.
even know why she's saying that because she
Yeah.
doesn't believe that.
I believe 50 Cent and I would be wonderful friends just
Oh
because
my
of the
god.
grudges we hold.
She would
Mine are
hurt me.
forever, so
Yeah.
forever. Forever.
Forever.
Forever.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, so where are we on
Yeah,
this?
so she got fired over email from
Mhm.
management, and Whitney is like, "Oh, yay, finally got rid of Mia." But oh no, girl. Mia is slandering her name all over Facebook and social media because Mia is now like an influencer or whatever the hell she is. And she's just like, "Ugh,
Yeah.
this one girl who got me fired," and like blah, 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 basically calling her white trash and like starts bringing up, like, saying that she's a drug dealer because she had a charge when she was 18 for having weed on her, I think
Mhm.
is what the charge was for, but then it also got I don't know the correct
Expunged. It got
term.
got expunged from her record.
Expunged, yeah,
So,
so
yeah,
I
because
was
she
like,
was
this
18, it
yeah,
was
it's, like,
I mean,
disappeared from her record, but, like, she actually went in front of a court and all that stuff, and because she
yeah.
was 18 years old, whatever.
And she probably got, like, community service.
Yes.
I mean, let's face it, she's, like, a pretty hot white girl.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not gonna
Yeah,
serve she's not gonna serve
she
hard
cries
time
in
like
front
they
of the
said
thing
she
and
was.
they'll be fine.
Yeah, which is not fair,
Um,
but
but the thing that really bothers me about Mia is that she didn't deal with all the shit herself. She had
Mhm.
to bring in her freaking weasel of a husband. And not only is she doesn't ever name drop Whitney, but like Whitney knows that Mia's talking about her because of the language that she's using. And then all of a sudden, like on those reels and the videos or whatever that she's posting on Facebook, Jeff is commenting, "Oh, white trash. This is a drug dealing felon." Like basically like
Mhm.
really, really being disgusting. Like, can
Yeah,
we
that's not necessary.
the calls are coming from inside the house. Can we please
Yes,
stop?
right. But here's the kicker. The kicker is, Whitney gets somebody friend of Whitney's,
Mhm.
must be friends with Mia too, sends a picture of her Facebook page. Jeff and Mia have bought a new house. Where's this new house, Ireland?
Right next door. She is Whitney's new next door neighbor. Like, I'm telling like, you can literally step into their yard next door neighbor.
Now, this Mia, I feel Mia is a pretty well she knows what she's doing. She's a
Yeah.
good
She's aware, for sure.
she's calculated, she's,
Mhm.
she's not a dummy. And so she knows what she's doing. When she says, "And thank God it was the coincidence." Bitch, it was not a coincidence. You and your
No.
shitbag husband did it on purpose. You know, and
Mhm.
that's really fucking stupid and it's
It is.
really shitty. That's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard of. Like, get a fucking life.
Yeah.
So shitty.
Um,
Like, fuck you too.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Jesus. Like,
Yeah.
seriously.
Love it.
Ugh. They make me so mad.
But not only do we find out that Whitney, or no, I'm sorry, not Whitney, but Mia and Jeff had bought the house next door, but this is when they also get to start talking about how they're both witches.
Yep, they're pagans, which is fine.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I wholeheartedly agree with, the witchcraft if that's what you're into. Cool.
Mhm.
No judgment on the witchcraft thing.
But
As long
here's
as you're not hurting people or animals. Please don't hurt
yeah.
animals. Like
Here's what I don't understand about Jeff though, is that they're showing like they are taking a tour of like all of his like tattoos because like one tattoo is like, oh, it's like a wolf or something because he's the protector, and then like there's another tattoo
a
and
Libra,
a Libra. Oh, he's a
because he's a
Libra.
Libra.
And then but then he has a fucking "We the People" Constitution tattoo on his forearm,
That's for
and I just
America.
yes, and which is again, fine. You do whatever you want to do to your body, but to me, pagans and, like, the Constitution and that, like, don't that doesn't add up to me. I don't maybe it does to people, I don't know, but I just, like, I don't understand the tattoo tour, I think,
Yeah.
'cause
Mm.
none of them make sense,
Yeah.
but
We
you do
do
you,
get a
Jeff.
we get a good tour of Mia's house. It's really Mia and
Oh, it's stunning.
Joe, is it Jeff? Jeff.
Jeff.
Mia and Jeff's house. And it's cool. I mean,
Mhm.
she's got like broomsticks and she's got that cool uranium crystal that lights
Yeah,
up with the
that
black
glows in the
light.
dark, yeah.
That's cool.
And she has, like, a
Um,
custom coffin and,
yeah.
like a small coffin, not like one that she sleeps
Like
in, but
yeah, it was just like like kind of goes at the end of their bed.
yeah.
They're definitely into some kinky shit and that's cool. Hey, they do their rituals in the backyard. They do them naked. They're not
But it's
ashamed
also
of
their
that.
property.
It is their property.
So
Hey, I mean, as long as you're not like running down the streets and kids are seeing you, hey, you do you. You're in the privacy of your
yeah.
backyard. I believe your backyard should be your private area. Hey, cool, whatever. Um, so they do admit like, oh yeah, we're getting naked. We do the pagan rituals, and then Jeff tries to explain that pagans are normal people,
Mhm.
which most are.
Sure.
But it's just it's a religion like any other religion.
Mhm.
And, he's like, we're normal. We're not bad or evil spirit people or anything like that. We don't bite heads off of chickens. And then Mia goes, well, because sort of like that. And I was like,
I don't know because Mia really the first thing I wrote down when I saw Mia and like that I knew that she was like practicing witchcraft and all this fun stuff. Like the thing I wrote down was that she is definitely a wannabe. Like she saw American Horror Story
yeah,
and
oh,
saw
yeah.
Stevie Nicks' character in American Horror Story when they had the what is it, Coven?
Yeah.
And she definitely was like, I need my wardrobe to look exactly like everybody in Coven.
Hmm.
Like I feel like
Yeah.
she's very like, I don't know if that's, like, her original style, like, I think
Yeah.
that she's just like, "Oh, these pictures, this is what I want."
Yeah. Because she said she's been a pagan all her life. All
There's
her life.
no
I don't believe
way.
that.
Who knows?
Um,
Anyway, sorry, I don't
I
know.
don't believe that. I mean, I'd have to see her parents. If they're also like, if the dad's also in a leather thong, then I believe it. Like,
I
okay.
guess, but, like, then you marry Jeff, and Je you're telling me that Jeff was a I don't know, I don't
Mm.
think so.
I think Jeff's
I think
just,
Jeff is just there for the ride, like, I think he's just like, "Oh, I finally found somebody that would sleep with me," and then he just
yeah,
can be
literally for the ride. Because I feel like Mia, like,
Yeah,
can
yeah.
can do wonderful things, and he's
Oh,
just hooked on that. So
okay.
yeah, I feel like she has no
She's a
boundaries. Like,
mermaid, so
yeah, she's a mermaid. She'll do whatever. She's a what? What does Samantha call herself? A trisexual. I'll try anything
yeah,
once.
I'll try anything once.
Try anything once.
Now Whitney's starting to put up cameras and stuff because she sees them doing the rituals.
Yeah, and she gets because this has been going on for like probably 2 years now, and
Yeah.
she puts up those cameras because she's just like, I just want to feel safe. Like I just want to know if somebody's crawling up into my window or something. Fair.
She lives
And
alone. I would want cameras too as a woman who's living alone in a house, like, in a place that you move to. That's
yeah,
kinda like that you don't know, like, that much.
yeah.
I agree with her.
And of course, she has it pointing in their backyard, which
Yeah,
I
that
feel
I
should.
don't agree with,
See,
but
I feel that should be illegal. It is not illegal, at least not in Illinois, because we have some neighbors that some creeper next door is doing that, and they have a teenage daughter, and he's like, I don't want this asshole looking at my fucking teenage daughter.
yeah, that's
And
weird.
the cops are like, nothing we can do about it.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing we can do. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Unless you're Jeff, I guess, and you can legally search people, whatever.
Yeah.
So so now that Jeff is kind of in getting into this, he's commenting on pictures, which I think we already said this, like that she's white trash, Whitney's white
Mhm.
trash. Um, they went at her. Yeah, and Janelle says she tells us that Mia and Jeff went at Whitney hard because they blamed her for the firing.
Okay.
Um, and then Anna Faris is like, they called me a drug dealing felon. And then they actually show Mia's TikTok, and she's like, I'm not talking like arrested for a weekend. I'm talking about hard time. Bitch, she didn't do no hard time.
Yeah, and she was literally barely an adult.
She wasn't in like a state penitentiary, with like Gen Pop.
No.
Come on. That didn't happen. Um, and then this is when we find out what the time is for, and it was for a marijuana arrest when she was 18 years old, which is lame. Super lame. Like, come on. Not like
Mhm.
I beat somebody to death with a bottle or something. You're like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
And she goes and she looks at the camera, Whitney, and goes, fucking dork to me.
God.
I love it.
Uh,
Fucking dork. And then that's when they find out she's moving next door. And they do the whole thing. Whitney, I'm gonna mix up Whitney and Mia.
mm,
Whitney says the first time, like she always tried to avoid Mia and her husband and not go anywhere they went. And she said the first time she like met them outside, she had like a panic attack. And the reenactment shows Anna Faris like just jogging, and then they show the fake Mia. She's like a black dress on. She looks like she's on like on Coven, because she has the black umbrella and then
yeah.
like a black dress. And Anna Faris is running by, and she's like, "What?" And then the other one's like, just with her umbrella, like, and then Whitney says she had a panic attack. So she's like, Anna Faris was like, like
Yeah.
really, really exaggerate, like super exaggerating. Panic attacks are real, but she's really going like ham on this panic
Yeah.
attack. Yeah. So after we meet Jagbag Jeff, Um, we find out that, you know, they're thinking, how did they know that, you know, Whitney was arrested? How would they know that?
Mhm.
Whitney decided to contact a lawyer, because like this is ridiculous, because Jeff was climbing up like
Yeah,
on
he was
her side of the fence
covering
with
he
a
was
ladder.
taping yeah, he was taping over the cameras that Whitney put up,
Mhm.
first of all. So
And
Whitney was like, "What the hell? That's my property. Get off my
yeah,
property."
he's literally on her property, not
And
like
then
on his fence, like
she
going
put up
over.
no trespassing signs on her house as well, and he would knock them down.
Yeah, we saw
Like,
actual
in
you see actual footage of them, it's not the
yeah,
reenactment, it's him
yeah,
doing it. Uh, Whitney was finding, like, spell jars on her, like, fence posts and stuff like
yeah.
that, and, Mia admits, like, "I like to do, nightmare hexes," so the people can't sleep, they'll hear, like,
Mhm.
and they show, like, Anna Faris, like, mumbling, she's, like, sleeping, she's like, and then she's like, wakes
Uh-huh.
up, and, like, bitch, that didn't work. Your spell didn't work. Didn't
Yeah.
work. Because nowhere does Whitney say I had trouble sleeping or, I was driving me crazy. I couldn't get to sleep. Like, okay, yeah, you're not as cool as you think you are, Mia. Um, and so yeah, it shows like the reenactment is fake Mia and fake Jeff again in his thong with the blood on his face. And she's like mixing up a potion and she's like, ah ha 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 like the typical like witch in a cauldron, like, okay.
Very hocus pocus of her.
Yes, yes, very and Mia said the reason that she was most angry about the camera was because her and Jeff like to practice the paganism stuff, but they're naked,
Mhm.
and they don't want to be filmed naked. Fair.
Mhm.
I say that's fair. But I also get like maybe put the camera down a little bit more. I would want to see Jeff, like the real Jeff. I mean, the actor Jeff was fine. Like he was fine. But the real Jeff, I was like, do not. I don't even want to,
Yeah.
don't show him. I don't want to see any part of your body because you're just gross. Like, no, no, thank you. Um, I just don't like this man at all. Um, so yes, this is when we find out about Jeff. So what is Jeff? How
Yeah.
is he getting this information?
Yeah, so they're, like, curious. They're like, "Wait, how the hell does he know all this stuff?" Right? And then when Whitney talks to her lawyer is starting to, like, come in contact and mean like, "Well, that's kind of like a breach of privacy. Like, they shouldn't that's not readily available information, basically, especially because it was expunged from a record." And they find out that Jeff is a cop,
Hmm.
and he's literally gone back, like, cause I think it was the lawyer that could go back and, like, see, like, I think anybody could actually just see,
You
like,
can see who
when
searched your.
who's been searching your information, and it said, like, as soon as they, like, started bullying her, basically, like, as soon as they got she got Mia fired, whatever,
Yeah.
that he looked it up, and not only has he done it to Whitney, but he's also done it to every single one of the other mermaids. Every
Mhm.
single one of them. They all were like, we didn't even, like, do nothing. Like, this just
Yeah.
seems like an invasion of privacy." And I mean, like, that's just crazy.
Now, before Whitney went to a lawyer, because that was like her last, like, she did not want to go to a lawyer. She was
Yeah.
just hoping it would go away.
Well,
Like,
it costs
okay,
so much
can this,
money.
but Jeff and Mia just couldn't leave her alone, and they were
Mhm.
doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
This is what they were doing. This was fun to them. That's bullshit when they say, "Oh, we didn't do anything." We were the ones that were bullied. Bullshit, you weren't fucking bullied. Sit
Yeah.
down. So Whitney does go to the police to make a report, and she says they said, "What took you so long?" Because she's obviously said this has been going on for like a year and a half,
Mhm.
and she's like, "How do you go to the police about the police?" And this is when we
Mhm.
find out that Jeff was a lieutenant with the Broward Sheriff's Office. Um, and this is a good cut scene. So they cut to the fake Jeff, and he's in his thong, but now he's got the badge on his thong, like, or
Yeah.
right in his crotch area, and it's like, again, the thrusting thing, it's like, he's like, "This is my badge," and, like, the fake me is, like, got, like, blood, she's like, "Ooh,"
I don't know, it's funny.
I love it so much. It's like the dumbest thing, but it's so funny. Like they just did that. Like, here's your badge, Officer Jeff. It's on your crotch of your leather thong. There you go, sir. That's what we think of that. And it's just right there up close. They zoom in. It's yep. And then also they show the reenactment Jeff as a policeman and they make him as douchey as possible. So
Yeah.
he's like leaning against his car and then he's walking, he's got a toothpick, he takes a toothpick and he does the flick.
Yeah.
And then he's like,
He's definitely giving that one
mm.
God, I don't remember his name. This is really bad because in my brain, I'm like, "Okay, it's definitely the one guard, like, the really skeezy guard with the mustache from Orange is the New Black."
Porn stash,
Porn
yeah.
Stash,
Porn
yes. I was like, "I
stash,
know he
yeah.
had some type of name, but I'm gonna get yelled at because I
Yeah.
don't know who I forgot, but I know he has a
How
weird
dare
name."
you?
But that's
Yeah,
literally what it reminded me of.
yeah. And Jeff has been in the law enforcement, career for 3 decades.
Mm,
And then this again is where he shows us his tattoos that we don't carry. Mia lets us know that she uses protection spells on him, to protect him, which
fine.
fine. I mean,
Yeah,
hey, great. I think that's a lovely thing for a wife to do for her husband. She also says that she does like a spell on his bullets so that they only hit the intended target and not an innocent person.
okay. Love that.
Okay. I like that. I love that too. Um, but I feel like apparently she forgot to stay off other people's property, asshole
Mhm.
spell.
Yeah,
That's the spell she forgot. Mind your own fucking business spell. Get
yeah.
a fucking life spell. Like,
Well, here's my biggest issue with Mia and Jeff because obviously they find out like that he's a cop and then his
mm,
and like of course in like true cop fashion he doesn't act, he gets like a slap on the wrist basically and it's
oh
just
yeah.
like, oh, you shouldn't have been doing this. Oh, 5 days suspended with no pay, like, okay. And the thing that really pissed me off is that Mia's like, oh, I know that Whitney did this and blah blah blah. So Mia and Jeff go over to Whitney's property and start cussing her out. Like,
Yeah.
they're, like, threatening her, they're calling her "See you next Tuesday," like, they're using this bad language, like, towards her, and it's really aggressive, and, like, I'm pretty sure, like, they're, like, knocking stuff out of her yard, like, they're ripping flowers out of her yard and, like, the
Mhm.
lights and stuff and everything, like, it's really crazy. So
Yeah.
that's when I was like, okay, like I could have seen a couple of things like from your perspective, but like this is where we're crossing the line. Like this is
Yeah.
absolutely insane.
Yeah. And when she went to the cops, she was like, I don't want him to get into trouble.
Yeah.
I just want it documented, which
And
is
I also
important.
just want it to stop.
And you
Like
know
I
what they
don't
did
want
with that documentation? Because cops stick up for themselves. They
yeah.
crumpled that bitch up and they threw it in the garbage like it never
Yeah.
fucking happened. We know.
And
We
and
know that's
again,
what
he
happened.
only got a slap on the wrist because he's like, "Oh, well, I'm just like I'm really good at my job and I needed this background information because I'm always working around the clock."
Yeah. And he only got suspended because Whitney had contacted a lawyer, and the
Mhm.
lawyer's like, okay, well, the trespassing thing, he didn't do enough damage to anything to
Right.
even warrant a lawsuit. And
Mhm.
that's when he told her to Google herself to see if anybody searched her name. And she asked the owner of the rec bar to do it as well as the other girls. Janelle was one of them.
Mhm.
And it came back that he searched all of their profiles, all their personal information, which is against the law. You can't do that. Like,
Yeah.
unless you have a reason to do it, like if
You're
that's a
not on the case,
suspect
you're not on
and he's not a
anything.
detective. So
Mhm.
he shouldn't even be doing any of that
That's
shit,
true.
which should be, so all he got was, like you said, a 5-day no pay suspension. And
Mhm.
poor Mia's like, oh, Jeff did nothing wrong. They're just coming after him because of me, and it's wrong.
Well, this bitch doesn't have a job still.
Fuck you, stupid hoe.
Oh god.
Go fuck yourself. You are a piece of shit. I was on your side for like 32 seconds
Mhm.
because I felt bad for the fat thing. But you're a dumb hoe. Like, you and your husband are pieces of shit. You are literal pieces of shit. And you don't care. You think you're above the law.
Mhm.
And it's it's
Disgusting.
police officers like this piece of shit that give the police officers a bad name. And
Mhm.
unfortunately, there's too many of them that are pieces of shit. I've
Yeah.
said it. There are really good cops out there that are wonderful at their job, and they they're great, and those are the ones that we should be celebrating. But unfortunately, the ones we get to see are the shit ones, and there's so many of them. That's
Mm.
so wrong. Like, people with God complexes should not be police officers or anybody in power, judges, anything like that. But unfortunately, those are the assholes that go for the jobs.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what we got here. I mean, they were like passing her house, and she decided to make an Airbnb, right?
I think so.
Whitney's like, I'm gonna make it an Airbnb. I'm gonna call it Casa Zen.
Yeah.
So
And
she
she put
like,
in the lights and
yeah,
everything,
and she put
like
in like
purple
these
light.
mood lights that you can change colors for like the ambience, and then they show when she puts it on, they show reenactment. Uh, Mia and
Yeah,
Jeff.
Jeff.
He's again in his thong still. They're at the dinner table and he's pouring her wine, and then when she turns it on, it's like it's like the Christmas Vacation when
When
the
all of
yuppie
the lights
couple when
came
he
on.
turns on the lights and they can't see anything, and
Yeah, they're like,
they're like
"Run!
tripping over everything.
No!"
And yeah, and so, they go over there and they're like, and this is actual Jeff. Well, reenactment Jeff says, "What the fuck, baby?" Mia's like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "Baby, baby, like, where are you? Like, are you okay? Are you okay?" Like, very.
What are we
And
doing?
then Mia tells us that her entire house was lit up neon purple, and they decide to come over to Whitney's side of the property. Jeff and Whitney tells us that Jeff was barefoot with no shirt on and had been drinking, and then we have actual footage of him. Gross. Please don't come to
Yeah.
people's unless it's like, your house is on fire. This is an immediate, like, put a fucking shirt on. Put a
Yeah.
fucking shirt on. Gross. And he's like, get rid of these damn lights because they're fucking bothering us. She is such a nefarious cunt.
Oh,
Fucking
that's
cunt.
right.
Such a nefarious fucking cunt. No, I believe you would like to speak to your wife. That's who the nefarious fucking cunt is.
Ugh.
Wrong girl.
I hate that language.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
ugh.
And then it's,
Especially coming from a man.
yeah, and this is actual footage of actual
Yeah,
Jeff.
like,
This
this
isn't
is
to
actually
reenact.
real Jeff.
He
This is
really
not
said it.
actor Jeff, this
And
is
then they
real Jeff.
also show real Jeff and Mia walking past her house, and she has a camera on her driveway. And you hear Mia say, "Fucking dirty felon cunt. How was prison, Whitney? How many months did you do in prison, you piece of shit?"
God,
There's your nefarious fucking cunt
so
right there.
disgusting.
Yeah, she's so gross. And then she's like, "I think I called her a cunt." Oh, I did. I called her a cunt. And then the video shows her then saying, "I hope you fucking die." If I'm not mistaken, I believe
That's a
that's a
death threat.
threat.
Yeah.
I believe that's a death threat,
Yeah,
and
that's
it's on camera, and it's the real Mia. It's not
mhm.
the funny Mia,
Not
not
waitress
the
Mia.
not waitress Mia. Yeah. And then Mia says, "That was me, and I do regret that. And I've
I don't
said
think she
it's
does.
not my best moment."
I don't think she regrets
She
anything.
says, "My Latina temper got the best of me that day." Bitch, I'm Irish.
Why are we blaming that? But
Yeah.
also, like, you're 1/16th Latina, can you figure it out,
Yeah.
please? Like, this is
Yeah.
not
Like, don't blame that. That's not the reason.
that's
You're
not the
just
you can't just, like, start throwing that around and be like, "Oh, yeah, that's right, my Latina temper got the best of me." Girl, you
yeah.
literally just threatened somebody's life. What are
Yeah,
we
you
talking about?
literally, yeah.
That is
You
not
no longer
appropriate.
have any pull on this. Anything you say makes you, as your husband says to Whitney, a nefarious fucking cunt.
Yeah.
Horrible person. And then, Whitney just is like, I just feel like they're the predator, I'm the prey. They just keep watching,
Mhm.
they like to watch people suffer. I agree with that. I think this is like a sport to them. This is a
Mhm.
game, and they love it, and they get off on it. Probably really get off on it. You need to hear this, Harlan.
God.
Gross. Yeah, it's in your head, right? You're like, "Bleh."
Yeah.
Uh, you're like Vince Vaughn. I can't see it.
If I see it,
I'm
I
in
do it.
And yeah, so this is the whole lawyer thing. The lawyer was very excited about everybody, finding out that he's been basically spying on them. And then uh, after the lawyer talks about the trespass charge not being to go through, we hear in Jeff's real voice on camera, "Trespassing is a misdemeanor, you stupid fuck," yelling that to Whitney. Classy.
Perfect. Stay classy, my friends.
Jeff, you're so classy. What a great police officer you are.
Still classy with his beer gut hanging out with no shoes
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. And so, of course, again, they accuse her of being a convicted felon and going to prison. And Whitney again is like, "It's a fucking marijuana charge. It was expunged from my record. I don't even know how he
He's
got like
literally
access to
18
that."
years
And that's of course
old.
because he got access because he's like, "Well, I can do whatever the fuck I want and
Yeah.
search whoever I want."
Yeah. I
Um,
am the law, bitch.
and you know what? He's right because he just got a little slap on the wrist. "Oh no, you get a
Yeah.
week's unpaid vacation? Oh boy." I hate that shit. I hate, you know, sticking up for my boys.
Mm.
Hate that bullshit. So they're pissed that they got the police called on them. They show them with the wine again, the same wine scene, except for it's the red and blue lights.
Yeah.
And they're like, what did they call
What
the
the
cops on
like?
us? Yeah. And then this is when Mia's like, "Wow, moo, boo-hoo for me. They were just doing this out of revenge because of me, and it is frustrating. The issue with my husband and his job is a red herring." Oh, is it now? Your husband didn't do anything illegal, like search people's private personal information when he shouldn't have. That's illegal. That's not a red herring. That's like a red bullseye. Bitch, you guilty.
But you guilty.
And she's like, it's like, "Look at this shiny police corruption over here." Yeah, we are looking at the police corruption over there. It's flashing red and blue. We see it.
Mhm.
We see it clearly, Mia. Yeah, point that out some more. Um, and then she's like, Queen Janelle. I love Janelle. She says, "I don't know why she thought we were going after her. The law was broken against us. We just took steps to find justice."
Mhm.
Amen, Janelle.
Good
Yeah.
job, Janelle.
She's like, "My rights were violated and I took action.
Mhm.
I'm not trying to get back at anybody. I'm trying to get back to the person that's doing something illegal, Jeff, against
Literally.
me." Yeah. You know? And Whitney says, "I always try to turn the other cheek and ignore it. My way of fighting ended up being with my attorney in the law." And then Gary, who's our attorney, uh, he says, "Jeff's answer as to why he could do these things, so searching all of these women's personal information, I'm a police officer 24/7, and anything I do is official duty."
Yeah, he works around the clock.
Works around the clock. No, you don't. No, you don't, God Complex. You do not. And Gary reminds us that this is not a Gestapo state. You can't do that. Can't do that, Jeff. It's against the law. And then it shows, and then it cuts to a fake Mia and Jeff dancing in the backyard with blood all over them. The badge is still on his crotch area, and they make sure to zoom in on that. And then Whitney's, says, "I don't think there is a more Floridian story than a mermaid getting harassed and bullied by a witch and a corrupt police officer." And then Jeff says, "Oh, we love it here and we love the beach, but we're looking to relocate somewhere up north in a few years." Great. Mia says, "We want to leave here and leave all of this where it belongs." No,
Mhm.
you don't. This is fun for you, but you finally have been,
Yeah. Caught.
caught, and it can't be fun anymore. And then Whitney says, "I loved being close to the ocean, but it's time to wrap it up and on to the next adventure." And then it just shows Anna Faris just throwing like this heavy crap in this box. And then the Casa Zen light that's like purple behind her
Wow,
gets
turns
turned off.
off.
Yeah, it's turned off. And then Janelle says, "Yeah, they can't handle Florida, these rookies." The
She's
end.
seen some things, and I kinda love that for
Thank
her.
you, Janelle. You said it best. She is the queen, and the hero of the story is Janelle. Good for
Mhm.
her. I enjoyed Janelle.
Yeah, what I really don't understand is that, like, neither Mia or Whitney, like, they both are like, "Yeah, I'm ready to leave Fort Lauderdale," and then I
Mhm.
feel like neither of them still have.
Yeah,
Like,
that's why
they're
we
like,
need to do these
"Yeah."
searches. Yeah, like where are they now?
Right.
Where are they currently? They
Oh,
currently
it's
still
still
live
in
next
Fort
door to each
Lauderdale.
other.
Literally.
Jeff is still a dick.
Yeah, no.
Mia's still a bitch.
Can't polish a
Wendy's,
turd.
yeah, can't polish a turd or a badge of a turd. Piece of garbage.
Yeah.
That's what garbage looks like. Yep. So that's Florida, man.
Yeah, it's Florida, man.
That's mermaid, the mermaid version. Yeah, we're gonna do the next 2 episodes. Ireland has not seen these, so I think she
No.
watches them as we do these. I've
I
seen
don't
these
like to get
all.
them all mixed up. My brain doesn't
Mm,
like, I need to, like, I need to make sure I'm not mixing storylines up, but I feel like these are so obscure that I can't really mix them up, but it's more so for
um,
names.
I forget what there's 2. The next 2 we're gonna do. One is called
Mhm.
Toes.
Yeah, I did see that.
It's New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve, and you get to
Yeah.
hear stories about mermaids and gators.
Yup.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, so that's one of our bonus episodes for you.
Mhm.
I think there's 12 episodes, so there will be 6 episodes, bonus episodes to make up
Perfect.
for us being late on the one. Have we decided what movie we're doing for a regular one yet?
We were
Do you
between 2.
do you want to do the
Yeah.
UHF one?
Yeah, let's
Should
do
we should we
UHF.
do UHF? We're gonna do UHF with Weird Al Yankovic.
Love that.
Spatula
And
City.
Kramer, right? It's Kramer. Seinfeld?
Kramer, isn't it? Yep.
Yeah.
Fran Drescher is in it
Oh,
as
I
well.
love Fran
Mm-hmm.
Drescher.
Yeah, a lot of
The
good people in
queen.
it. Yeah, great. Just a fun movie to watch. Just a funny, stupid, funny movie to watch, and it's
Mhm.
yeah, it's great. Yeah. All right, so hopefully you guys like this episode. Hopefully we didn't bore you to death or use too much profanity, or we're not ripping on cops. We're just ripping on corruption of cops. So we do appreciate those cops that, are out there every day, risking their lives, saving
Mhm.
lives, being wonderful people. Yeah, so this was not just shitty like Jeff. Jeff was shitty. So
Mhm.
we're making fun of Jeff. So I want to make that very clear. So on the behalf of myself, Katie, the Gen X mom,
And Ireland, the Gen Z daughter, and Daisy.
and Daisy, the Gen Z pug.
Yeah, she's so amazing right now.
We want to
She's
thank
Gen
you for joining
Alpha.
us. Yep. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Butterscotch Rewatch, which is all over the place. And we hope to see you next time. I'd like to tell everybody peace, love, and grease too.
Oh my god, no. Stop trying to make Grease 2 happen. Get out of here. On that
Yep.
note.
Yep. We'll catch you guys next time.
Alright.
Have a great new year.
Bye.
Bye, guys.